In this video, we're taking a look at a rugged smartphone from Hotwav, the Cyber 17. Rugged phones are built to handle all kinds of abuse, from heavy drops and impacts to water exposure. They come with IP68, IP69K, and even military-grade certifications. The thing is, most rugged phones are way too bulky, but if you don't like thick phones, the Cyber 17 could be a great option. As you can see, it's not nearly as bulky compared to a regular smartphone. At the time of recording this video, I don't know the exact price yet, but it should be somewhere between $100 and $150. Either way, once this video goes live, I'll leave the link down in the description. If you want something slimmer that still feels good in the hand, stick around and let me show you everything, then you can tell me what you think. Inside the box, you'll get your Cyber 17. You'll also find a screen protector, a 20W charger, and a USB-C to USB-C cable. And of course, if you're lucky, your phone will be inside too. The phone feels solid, sturdy, and durable, but without the excessive bulk you usually get from rugged phones. The weight also feels reasonable. It feels more like a premium smartphone than a rugged device. Since it's built to be super durable, the display has fairly thick bezels. On the front, there's a water drop style selfie camera. The top side is completely clean, and the corners are reinforced like on most rugged phones. On the right side, we have the volume buttons and the power button, which also works as a fingerprint scanner. The fingerprint reader works perfectly, it's fast and responsive, so you shouldn't have any issues with it. At the bottom, there's the USB-C port and the single speaker this device comes with. On the left side, there's a customizable shortcut button with 3 actions: single press, double press, and long press. You can set it up for things like screenshots, turning on the flashlight, or emergency calls. Next to the shortcut button, we have the SIM tray, which supports either 2 nano SIM cards or 1 nano SIM plus a micro SD card if you want expandable storage. Finally, on the back, we find the camera module and a really eye-catching design. The overall finish is plastic, but all the edges are metallic, and the plastic itself feels high quality and very nice in the hand. Here in the camera module, you'll find this yellow ring that works as a camping flashlight. The specs say it delivers 350 lumens, but to put it in simpler terms, I'd say it's roughly comparable to a 60-watt light bulb. So if you're outdoors, it's basically like carrying a light bulb in your pocket. You can easily light up large areas without any problem. The flashlight offers 3 brightness levels, plus an SOS mode, and an interesting detail is that you can use it at the same time as the camera, meaning you can record videos and take photos with really good lighting. If you're into outdoor adventures, this is definitely a useful feature. Another little detail hidden in the camera module is this section right here, an RGB LED indicator. You can customize it for music, gaming, WhatsApp notifications, charging alerts, and many other options. And on the front, of course, we have the 6.75-inch HD Plus display. It's an IPS panel with a 120Hz refresh rate, which you can set to 60Hz to save battery or leave on automatic between 90 and 120Hz. It's definitely not the best display you'll find on a smartphone, but it doesn't look bad or feel disappointing either. Keep in mind this is mainly a rugged phone and the price is not that high. An OLED display is definitely more fragile than IPS, and like I said, this screen gets the job done perfectly fine. The best way to describe it is, it looks good and that's it. As for audio, it's a mono speaker located at the bottom. Its main advantage is volume. It gets very loud, but the sound quality itself is pretty basic. And you're probably wondering about performance. Surprisingly, it's actually not bad at all. It comes with a Unisoc T7250 processor, 6GB of RAM, and 128GB of storage. With this setup, it scored 399,000 points in the Antutu benchmark, basically 400K. In simple terms, this is a basic performer, but not the kind of phone that constantly slows down or lags. And in daily use, the phone proves exactly that. Apps like TikTok, Facebook, banking apps, and all the usual stuff run well. You might wait a second for an app to open, but once you're inside, everything works smoothly. You can switch between apps, go back and forth, and overall the experience feels solid. And while this obviously isn't a gaming-focused device, you can still play some games. For example, Call of Duty, which is well optimized, runs smoothly at 60 frames per second on medium graphics settings. Free Fire, a game designed for low-end phones, ran perfectly fine even on max graphics. In fact, this device includes some graphics optimizations specifically for it. A much more demanding game is Warframe. For that one, you definitely had to use low settings and it wasn't exactly smooth, probably around 20-24 frames per second. If you really wanted to play it, it's definitely possible, but it may not be the best experience. Oxide Survival worked perfectly, and the last game I tested was Delta Force. On low settings, it ran at around 30 frames per second. With these simple tests, you can already get a good idea of the overall performance of this device. It's not the best, but it's far from terrible. If you don't play very demanding games, or you don't even want it for gaming, the overall performance is actually really good. As for the cameras, it has a 48MP main sensor and a 16MP front camera. They get the job done, but don't expect amazing results. Most of the time, the colors in the scene will look a bit off, and if you move too quickly, your photos will probably come out blurry. Still, if you calmly take a picture of something well lit, the results are pretty decent. You can also record video in Full HD, and like I mentioned at the beginning, one of the best features is that you can use the camping flashlight to take photos at night. The operating system on this device is Android 16, and it actually comes very clean. There's no bloatware, and even the pre-installed apps like Facebook, TikTok or WhatsApp can be removed. The only extra apps included are 2 Hotwav AI apps. The first one is for photography, where you can edit images by changing the sky, adding effects, expanding images, sharpening blurry photos, and more. Honestly, a lot of the AI tools can actually be useful. The second app is a chatbot platform where you can access ChatGPT 5, DeepSeek, an image generator, a music generator, and even chat with fictional characters. The apps give you a limited number of free uses per day, and after that you can pay for a subscription if you want, or simply uninstall them. Finally, the device comes with a 6,200 mAh battery and 20W fast charging. The battery is slightly above average, so getting through a full day, maybe even a day and a half, is no problem, and a full charge takes around 2 to 3 hours. In terms of connectivity, the phone has everything you need: GPS, Wi-Fi 5, Bluetooth, and even NFC if you use mobile payments. Overall, it's a solid phone. If you were looking for a rugged device that isn't too expensive and also isn't as bulky as other rugged phones, this could be a great option. Let me know in the comments what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. Fierce changes.